Welcome back. So it looks like I got the engine put in the Camaro. It fires up, it runs. It's good to go. I'll fire it up later on today again. I just got some things to do this morning. But you'll see I got my test cap on. And I did check the rotor phasing and it's right on, of course. While I had the Camaro in here, I thought I might as well polish my wheels. There's always one more thing. I started polishing one wheel by hand a few weeks ago. I've been looking for some polished skinny centerline wheels, and they're really hard to find. Even the satin ones are right now, so I polished that by hand. It turned out pretty good. So I got my buffer right there, so I think I'll just polish both of those. This should match the back wheels. So that's on the list for hopefully today or tomorrow, this weekend anyway. So there's that part. And then showed you some boxes the other day. There they are. I actually got seats for my truck. I got a bench seat. It has buckets in right now. And the buckets, I'm just not really happy with them. And so I got these and they are in excellent condition. So the guy packaged them really well and shipped them over to me. And so I'll be putting those in this weekend too. And I figured while the Camaro's off the trailer, I'm just going to quickly pack my wheel bearings on the trailer. Well, I've packed many wheel bearings over the years, but these trailer wheel bearings, man, these were the hardest ones to get apart I've ever seen. These seals were in there, I mean, tight. So I destroyed the seal getting out, which is fine. I was going to replace that anyway. But actually ruined the bearing getting it out too. I mean, both of them. Both inner bearings are toast. So that turned into a little bit more than I wanted, but it is what it is. They do make a wheel bearing kit for trailers. This has a 35-pound pair of 3,500-pound axles, and they make a whole kit with both seals, both bearings, and races. So I'm going to do that. Right now we're fixing to head over to my other buddy's house. He has a 71 Plymouth GTX. I'm pretty sure it's a 71, maybe a 72. We'll find out. So we're going to go over there and look at a charging system. I went over a week ago. It didn't start. So we played with that for a little bit and we got that started. I think it had just a fuel pressure issue. It's sporting 3 PSI or 3.5 PSI, which is borderline, barely enough. 3 PSI and lower, those aren't going to start. So anyway, we got it started. His charging system's not working, so we're going to look at that. Then after that, I got another friend who has, I think, a 1950 Merc. I'm not positive, but it's a pretty cool car, show car. And he's putting the engine in today. I told him, call me when you get it in. I'll help you get it running. So we're going to run over and play with that. So yeah, we got a full agenda. So I'm going to head over to the GTX right now, and we'll try to get some video of that alternator, or the charging system anyway. So hang tight and here we go. Okay, so I made it over to my buddy's house, and yep, 71 Plymouth GTX. Pretty clean machine. Check that out. This one we got it running last week. Runs pretty good. Gotta see the interior. Freaking nice car. Today we're going to work on the charging system. I don't know how much of that I'm going to catch on video because the light kind of stinks in here, but it's 1,000 degrees outside. So I don't know, we'll see how that goes. But that's one project today, so we'll get going on this and go from there. Alright, going to check this alternator. So the first thing we're going to do is check, make sure we're getting power to the alternator. Looks like we are. That's good. We're going to check this voltage regulator real quick. Let's go to ohms. And let's see what we got there. I don't know exactly what we're supposed to get, but we have 2.5 ohms. So we're getting something, so that's good. Next thing I want to check is stick that on that positive post over there with your free hand. We're going to check for a ground. Which that wire is good. Okay. Is that the right wire? Oh, I'm checking for power. Put that on the. Put this on. Put that on the ground. That's fine. Yeah. Okay, that's battery voltage. That's what I wanted. Put that back on a positive. And this is supposed to be grounded.
You're on ohms reading.
Oh, I'm on ohms. My bad. I'm glad you were there. It's like, I wonder why we're not getting anything in there. I'm going to have to edit that part out. Okay, let's check that one. Okay, got a good ground. Now I'll put that on the negative. I'm not going to switch the terminals.
He is human. He does make mistakes.
Yeah. Okay, so our wires are good on that, and we did own that, so that's good. So I don't think we have a voltage regulator problem. So there's that part. We already checked the battery on that. I got 2 field wires. I did check for power on those just now, which there is not any because the key's not, it's not running yet. So we're gonna do 2 things here now. We adjusted the choke last time we were here, so I wanna see if that works. And then we'll check to see if the alternator magically is charging right now. And if it is, job done. If it's not, we'll do some more tests. So let's leave that. Okay, here we go. Yep. Okay. Okay, one more time. Okay, so the alternator is not charging. I'm going to have to turn the fast idle up a little bit. So let's see how that goes. Doing some troubleshooting here. It's really just too dark to show anything. I had this on video a minute ago and it just doesn't show up well, so that's why I didn't video most of it. But just to recap, on the back of this alternator there's 3 wires. There's a battery wire, 2 field wires. The battery wire does have 12 volts with the key off. We checked the voltage regulator. it has power and it has ground, and we checked it with an ohm meter, and that tested good. So when I started it up, I tested the battery power again, still just had battery power. I tested the field wire. There's two of them. The power wire didn't have any power at all, and the ground wire was grounded. So we trace it down to a bad field wire, and we see this was on the field, and I don't know if that's showing up, but it had a big old taped spot here, so I untaped it. And then I checked it again, there's still no power. Well, after tracing that wire back, that wire goes to the AC solenoid. So that was the wrong wire. So I looked in here, and there happened to be another wire with this end on it. I checked it, there's no power. I turned the key on, there's power. So we just had the wrong wire going to the alternator, so not a big deal. We put the right wire on now. Now it fires up nice and pretty and charges. Just to see how good it starts up now, go ahead and fire this thing up again. And we're gonna check the gauge or meter, make sure it charges. Oh, I was adjusting the throttle, so I flooded it. So, not too bad of a fix, but we got that thing going. And this car sounds real nice, runs real good. So we can just call this one a day. And I think I'm gonna go work on a 50 Merc right now. We'll see how that goes. I'll check back. Runs great. Oh, it works? Hey, the ammeter works. Cool. Oh, the fuel gauge doesn't work, but hey, we'll figure that out. That's next on the list. See what this thing looks like in the sunshine. This baby purrs. 1971 GTX with a 440. Okay, we're going for a ride. Talk to y'all later. All right, so I made it over to my other buddy's house. I thought this was a 50 Merc. My bad. It's a 1950 Chevy something. I don't do old cars. I don't do 50s, but it's really super cool. And this is just a sneak peek. I don't want to pull this cover off yet. We're just pulling stuff over from the old engine to put on the new engine, which I'll show in just a second. And he'll be dropping that in this weekend. I'll come back over when they're ready, and we'll get this thing fired up. But this is a super cool car. Again, this is just a sneak peek. You can only imagine in 1950 they have really cool front ends and stuff. So that's what we're working on. And here is the engine right up in here. Oh, I didn't show you this. Here's one of these. What year is this truck, Ted?
39.
39 Ford right here. Check this out.
But it's got a 350 Chevy.
Of course, it's got a 350 Chevy in it. I mean, we want it to run. So, yeah, here's this. It's a sweet old truck, let me tell you. And here's the engines. We're pulling stuff from. Yeah, pulling stuff from one engine to the other. So that's a sneak peek what we got there. More of that one.
And show them that. You gotta show them that.
Oh, that's my buddy right there. That was his place right there for many years. How many years, Ted?
39. 40. That was actually 40.
He ran that business for 40 years.
Back to Maine.
Yep. So there's all that. Quick sneak peek at that really cool 50 Chev in there. So when we get that thing uncovered and the engine in, we'll catch video of that. So hang tight. I think I got one more thing to do today. I don't know. Okay, here's the agenda for today. I've got a few things on the list. I want to get these bench seats out of here. They don't really match the back seat, so I want to get those out and get my new bench seat installed. It's going to be another 100-degree day, so that's going to be fun. But first, I'm probably going to go over and help my buddy get his 50 Chevy Fastback running today. I kept calling the Merc yesterday. I don't know, those 50s are pretty cool cars and trucks, but a little bit before my time, and I don't really play with those a lot. But anyways, the 50 Chevy Fastback, really cool car. We'll do a reveal on that today too. He needs a few parts to get it going, so I told him I got enough stuff in my garage. I'm going to donate some stuff. He needed a flex plate, new oil dipstick, trans dipstick, and some gaskets, and I got a carb spacer, a brand new carb spacer that I got in a box. I'll let him have that too. That's cool. So he's a good friend of mine. I've known him for a long time. So I'm going to do that. Seats in. I started polishing. Well, I continued polishing these wheels yesterday. I didn't get too far with that. I've got a lot going on, as you can see, which is just fun stuff. That's what we're all about. So I'm going to try to do some more polishing on that, but no matter what, by the end of the day, we're just going to start this up just for the heck of it. It already starts and runs, but I haven't had it on video yet. It doesn't really sound very good in the garage because of all the reverberation, but whatever, it's still going to sound pretty cool. So that's what we're doing today. I'm probably not going to video putting the seats in because that's boring. That's just seats. I'll probably show the finished product, and that's if I even get that far today. The wife's off work, so that means I'm probably going to have to do something with her. Maybe I can let her come help me put the engine in. That's what I should do. I don't think that'll fly though. So anyway, I'll chime back in here in just a few minutes. We'll see where we're at and what we're doing. Well, I got the seats in. I didn't mean to get them in this fast. Actually, it wasn't fast. It was a couple hours, but I'm waiting to go over and work on that 50 Chev, and my fingers always get in the way. I'm going to do something about that one day. I'll chop them off. But yeah, factory seats back in. Kind of excited because I'm usually the one modifying stuff. I don't put stuff back to stock, so I'm weirdly excited about putting something back to stock. I've done a lot to this truck to make it back stock. Like they had electric fan on there that looked like crap. I put a fan clutch back on, mechanical fan. I've done a lot of things to this thing, but anyway, there's the seats. Looks pretty cool. So there's that. Okay, wheels are polished and back on the car. Finally, it's on the ground. Sitting just how I like it. Low, I think it could be lower, but it's low enough. So, that's what a weekend is like. It's kind of cool.